Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic, and I think you guys noticed that I don't have my face down here in this video at the moment. I just really got a new computer. There's a lot of things I need to do to set it up, and I actually found I was missing a piece that is crucial to everything I need. So while I'm waiting for that to come in, I might throw up a couple of videos like this. I had already taken down my setup for the new computer, and so if you guys are okay, this is how we did it back in the old day. So we're gonna do maybe 1 to 2 videos like this, but another quick announcement, if you guys have noticed, this is actually a deck that was built in a live stream here on YouTube, and so I'm going to be doing my live streaming here on YouTube now. I know a lot of you guys that watch these videos don't necessarily join us on live streaming, but doing it on YouTube I think has been very cool, and it's been, I think everyone has really responded positively to it. And so what we're going to be doing with that is every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to be doing a 9 a.m. Pacific time stream. And then I'm going to be posting my weekly, my daily videos at 7 p.m. Pacific time now. So this video will come up at 7 p.m., which I was posting 2 videos a day for the last couple of weeks. And so I was doing one at 12 p.m. Pacific time and one at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Now I'll be doing about 5 streams a week because I'll be doing something on Saturday as well. Official announcement will be coming out with the posts. I'll let you guys know what it is, but we'll be doing 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. ish streams Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is still to be determined as far as what time I'll be doing it, but I will be streaming for a lengthy period of time on Saturdays as well. Anyway, so that is just quick announcements for you guys. I've been really appreciating all the people that jump on. We've had massive streams, and so it's been really fun. Anyway, so we are playing a LILIANA'S contract deck, Demon's Contract, and I am so excited to play this. I've had so many requests. Like, of all the requests that I've had, every single person has said, like, do a LILIANA'S contract deck. And I've tried this in the past and really struggled to make it work. And one of the biggest issues with the LILIANA'S contract is that you have to have a lot of demons. So when it enters the battlefield, 5 current mana cost, you draw 4 cards and you lose 4 life. So it's a great card. The card draw is amazing. Demons also just happen to do a lot of damage to ourselves, and so we actually, that 4 life that we lose there does play a big role into this deck. That's why we have to make sure that we have things that gain us life, removal spells like Moment of Craving and so forth, to help us kind of gain back at least a little bit of life. The other issue with the LILIANA'S contract, so this is the main reason you want to play it, is at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. And so we want to make that happen. It's so difficult though, because of 2 reasons. Typically, if someone sees that you're about to be at that point, they scoop, and so it's really hard to ever get the win with it. And the other thing too is that typically if you have 3 demons on the battlefield, you're winning in 2 turns. So those are the 2 issues that I've found with this deck, is that if you have a Spawn of Mayhem, you know, a Demon Lord Belzenlock, a 6/6 flying with Trample, a Doom Whisperer, all these really big demons, and you're able to kind of keep their board clear, you typically are just winning without actually using LILIANA'S contract. You're typically like, from what I've seen, is the turn I would win the next turn, but I'm already doing lethal damage on this turn, and so we're still counting that as a win. The fact that we could do it, we're counting as a win, just so you guys know. So if it ever actually happens, it's because it's near impossible to not have one of those 2 things happen and still be playing a good game of Magic, you know. And so anyway, but we do have a couple of really cool additions to the deck that came with Core Set 2020. One of those is Icon of Ancestry. We are a demon tribal deck, and so we get a tribal card that also goes looking 3 cards deep for any demon that we want. So if we need a 4th demon, which there are a lot of decks right now that are gaining lots of life, and so that is one way LILIANA'S contract can help us win against decks that are gaining lots of life, have a wide board with tons of blockers that we're not going to be able to get through. That is when LILIANA'S contract helps us win the game. And so we do have that ability to go digging with Icon of Ancestry, make sure we have our 4 demons at the beginning of our upkeep, keep those demons alive hopefully, and win the game. Otherwise, in the early game, we just have tons of removal, ways to make sure that we can get to the beginning here. Bag of Holding, great card in this deck because we can come down turn 1, turn 2, we can put away our Villas, Broker of Blood, our 8 converted mana cost new demon, which is an amazing demon. Works great with Doom Whisperer, where we can surveil 2, draw 2. I've been trying to think of a way to use that with Jace, because you can actually mill through your graveyard pretty quick if you have enough life. Anyway, we have a bunch of these really expensive demons that aren't necessarily useful in the very first turns, but we can just put them, you know, in our bag of holding, hold on to it for later, and go searching for the things that actually matter, our removal pieces, getting out Spawn of Mayhems, getting out these early game creatures that are really good, finding a LILIANA'S contract, so then we can kind of win the game from there. So we are very much a mid-range deck. But overall, really, really excited about this. We do also have Embodiment of Agonies. Works really well with all of the cheap cost spells, because these also help Embodiment of Agonies grow. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this does for us, and wish me luck. All right, up against this person. We're up against this guy here. I forget I can actually show you guys that name now that my face isn't blocking it. I mean, if we're up against a creature deck, this is pretty good. Planeswalkers, I mean, we have a devil, but they're probably going to thought erasure it. Honestly, with how expensive our deck is, this isn't the worst. The fact that we have answers to aggressive deck, which is the worst thing with keeping this hand, I think this is keepable. We have the contract to go digging for 4 cards. Yeah, so we'll see if we are dead in the first few turns. Oh, if it's thought erasure, this is going to be an issue. Gonna be an issue. Alright, well, there's more early game removal. Maybe not so good against control. We shall see. We shall see. Sahile. Alright, well, we do have the devil for that. So, Dragon Skull Summit. Bedevil. Badoom badoom. Bedeviled. Alright. Oh, another Sahile. Alright, Bloodfield Caves, pass the turn. We're just going to get out the contract. Cry the Canarium actually really good against tons of tokens type of deck. Ingress Rampage, also not too shabby. Do we actually care to get that out now? Let's get out Doom Whisper. I was going to go contract, but we have... we want to be able to start surveilling for our creatures, demons as well. Contract, we would have had to discard a few cards, which we do have possibly some... All right, there we go. Well, opponent did scoop. They were stuck on 3 lands, it looked like. Probably just had a handful of things that were good after that. Maybe like Tezzeret's in hand and whatnot. But that was okay. I mean, you got to see at least what we were doing with the deck there. So that was not too shabby. All right, we're up against Meme CR. Bringing on a Meme. Mimi? How do you guys say meme? I mean, a meme is kind of the way that it's like been okay to say, I guess. But it's a little bit awkward. We're keeping this Icon of Ancestry pretty good. Double Moment of Craving. Help us get some early game life game. And let's see how this goes. So I'm trying to think what the worst decks are for us. Probably discard control is the worst. Like, we can actually do, I think, okay against some control decks, just because you know, Spawn of Mayhem, a few other things have just incremental damage overall. I don't know. We'll see. We do have some decent card advantage with this, which is typically the issue against a more control-y deck. So possibly we can do okay with that. We shall see. All right, so Gates, possibly. Opponent's taking their time thinking about their land. All right, so Grixis, interesting. Well, Icon of Ancestry on Demon. They know exactly what we're doing now, unfortunately. And we're gonna have to dig for lands. We're probably just gonna go digging for creatures as much as we can. All right, there is a Blood Crypt. Search for his Kanta. We are going to play this Spawn of Mayhem. It is a 5/5. That is a fast clock. So let's pass the turn, hope for another land. And no board wipes and removal. Probably not going to be our luck, though. Interesting lands here. The Drake. Drakiest of Drakes. You can also just, like, double Moment of Craving. But yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to swing it in and play Whisperer. I'm thinking now that I see the Drake that getting out more bodies is going to be decent for us. We do have to be worried about burn and them just being able to like swing in with massive amounts for this Drake. Doom Whisperer should be able to block it, though. It's a 7/7. I mean, That's a little difficult to deal with most times. All right, pass the turn. I mean, that's the other thing too, is demons are just good. If opponent has a slow start and they don't just have destroy type removal, if it's more lightning strikes and shocks, which they may be playing here, then this actually isn't too bad. Iron Scorn bounces it to our hand. Let's go ahead and surveil. It's down to 13. That is really low. Liliana's contract. See, this is the issue, is that 4 life is so much. We honestly just need another demon. We have Doom Whisperer for next turn as well. So let's go ahead and get the contract into our hand. Because we get Doom Whisperer back. Thought Erasure, I say, okay, does take care of the Doom Whisperer. We have double Mode of Craving to get rid of the Drake at least. Help us gain some life. We know, I mean, we also probably just Liliana's contract. I'm worried about burn though. Going down to 9 with a Drake still on the battlefield. Possibly swinging in here. Yeah, we're going to have to use these Moment of Cravings. All right, so we do get some, get a bigger spawn. So let's go ahead and Moment of Craving. Hopefully they don't have something here. All right, there we go. Gotta gain 4 life, kill a Drake, swing in, down to 5, and I mean, we just have to keep this guy even out on the battlefield for 5 turns, or to swing in again. That also is good. It does have trample. We'll see how this goes. Chandra. Pays for it before they get to see what they're digging for here. Command the Dread Horde for next turn, which they can't really hit anything without killing themselves. I don't think they even have anything to hit. And opponent scoops it up. There you go. But yeah, this is, again, kind of what I was talking about with Liliana's contract, is that it is a little bit slow. It's really good in certain matchups. The draw 4, if you're already doing pretty well, is just a way to kind of, you know, take a really commanding position. So definitely you play it. It's just, I don't think you really go into this expecting to win with it more than, you know, maybe like a handful of times out of 100 games. You know, but at the same time though, if you ever get it, it is amazing. All right, so here is Minza. Bring it on, Minza. And let's see what we got here. Caves, we have Rampage early game. We are on the draw, so we can hopefully find more lands. So let's actually keep this. A lot of early game removal. Stuff for Planeswalker as well. I really like the Ingress Rampage and Bedevils in this deck. I think that they are pretty good. Ooh. Well, hopefully this Cryotacarium is going to be massive here. It's artifact as well, right? Not enchantment. Cavalcade of Calamity. Pretty sweet. It is a good card. Ooh, Chandra's Spitfire. One of the most fun decks with this. So let's go ahead and we're going to take our time, kill that. So Chandra's Spitfire, really good. So whenever an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, oh man, we would have just been dead this turn. It gets a +3/+0 until end of turn. So it would have gotten its own 4 times. So it would have pumped up to a 13, 10. We would have been down to like 2 life there. So yeah, we're glad that that didn't happen. Let's go ahead and cry now. Hopefully they don't have another one. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. At the same time, that would have been a lot of damage as well. It just would have been nice to hold on to that cry. All right, Bag of Holding can hopefully help us find a land here. We cannot... Embodiment of Agonies, huh? That is a blocker. All right, Embodiment of Agonies, it is a 2/2. Hopefully they don't have Shock. They do... Oh, they have the Shock. All right, well, we are dropping very, very low here. If they have any other creatures, I think we're just dead. So the Scorcher adds so much to the Cavalcade deck. And the Spitfire, it is actually pretty solid. We do have one of these coming along sometime soon. There's Heartfire. It's a solid deck. I do think that this deck has a chance. It is completely reliant on Cavalcade Calamity though. Like, it's really hard to make that deck work well without it. Chandra Spitfire does add a lot to that though. Just having an evasive creature that does lots of damage, pretty sweet. Let's go for one more game. See how this treats us. All right, up against Eric Eden. Bring it on, Eric. And let's see how we do. He has a Liliana. I'm playing with the wrong Planeswalker. What am I thinking? All right, make sure I play the Mountain before Dragon School Summit. I always mess this up. We do have Bedevil, Embodiment of Agonies. We're going to keep it. It's a little bit awkward, but we have slower lands anyway. There's Blood Crypt. Well, still go with the caves. Pass of the turn. And let's see what we're up against. All right, well, another 3-drop. Blood Crypt tap. We do have lots of 1s and 2-drops, but we're so heavy because of how many demons we have to have in here. We're so heavy in 4, 5, 6, and 7 drops that we're going to have hands like this. It's hard to get away from. But it also, I mean, you've seen so far, it's not doing terrible for us. We do have a lot of removal in the deck for the aggro matchups most often. Cavalcade Calamity, a little bit hard to deal with though. All right, let's just get Icon of Ancestry out. We haven't seen any reason to hold up removal for creatures just yet. I am thinking this is going to be an Arclight Phoenix deck of some sort. There's a Drake, okay. They do sometimes play Spell Pierce or Dive Down in this deck. So I'm thinking I might just Cruelty now. Getting rid of the Drakes is something we need to do. This deck typically, especially if they're running Phoenixes, they're probably just going to be digging for Phoenix for a long time. Alright, so now Cry the Canarium is looking amazing. Moment of Craving as well. We would like to find lands one of these days. But let's just Cry the Canarium. We'd like to save this for the Phoenixes, because it does exile as well, so maybe we should have just gone for Moment of Craving there instead. They are down to, well, 4 or 5 cards. I guess not really that far down. There's another Drake. Okay. Embodiment of Agonies is a good blocker, though. Bag of Holding, huh? You can also just Bedevil Bag of Holding. That grows Embodiment of Agonies. I'd like for him to be able to survive with this Moment of Craving, possibly. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do a little bit more removal. See if they have that dive down or counter. Right, they do not. All right, play Bag of Holding. We'd love to find land. You can see we are pretty far behind right now, land-wise, and that's not good with this deck, in case you haven't noticed. We do have Rakdos Showstopper, so another possible board wipe in our hand. One-sided board wipe. There is a Niv Mizzy, though. Never like seeing the Niv Mizzy. Alright, Embodiment of Agonies. And pass the turn. That's all we got. We have to try and hope to hit this Rakdos next turn. So we're going to dig for land with Bag of Holding. King's Us doesn't go after the Agonies. That is important to note. Unless they just have tons of card draw in hand. Oh, they also might just have Lava Coil. Alright, let's see what we find here. I'm probably just going to put away this Rite of Bells Unlock. There's the land. Alright, so we have a chance here. We do have a small chance. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have been spending too much removal. We knew that this deck does typically play Niv Mizzet. At least I don't know how it's changed at all since the new set has come out, but I'm thinking this is just the old Drake's deck from everything I've seen. Maybe a few new inclusions. So wings it in. Enigma Drake. Okay, well, come on, Rakdos. Rakdos. Oh, we have the removal now for Niv Mizzet. They get to draw a card. We're gonna go for it. We have to go for the Rakdos. So everyone cross your fingers. This either... so in case you don't know, when Rakdos enters the battlefield, you flip a coin for each creature that isn't a demon, devil, or imp. Yes, we got rid of the Emisizzle. So if they roll heads, they survive, I believe, and if they lose tails, then they destroy it. So Emisizzle flipped to tails, Drake flipped to heads. So they get to keep the Drake. That's fine. We now have a 7/7. Got rid of a Emisizzle. I mean, that's pretty good. Quasi duplicate also not too shabby. Swings in. Ooh. All right, we can block. They have like double dive down, something like that. It's bad. If we lose Rakdos here, that's fine. Like we can Moment of Craving, maybe come back. We have Icon of Ancestry, Ingress Rampage as well. Let's Icon of Ancestry first. Demon Lord Belzenlock. We're still ways away from Villas. That would be fun. Man, we're gonna be losing lots of life though. We actually do want to kind of hold up on this for some reason. Are they gonna have Planeswalkers as well? Let's go Cruelty. I'm playing it now just in case they do have more protection. There's more chance they can draw into it later. I know sometimes it's best to just wait till the next turn. Maybe they pump more stuff to try to pump the Enigma Drake, get in for those last points of damage. So we'll do this. All right, so Memorial to Genius. They do get some card draw here. We are going to get down Demon Lord Belzenlock, which hopefully doesn't kill us. That actually is a possibility here. Especially their deck probably does have quite a bit of removal. All right, Contract. Ingress. Okay, 2 damage. We're fine with that. We can take 2. Pass the turn. We got some card draw. Contract. I mean, it draws 4, but we go down to 6. We really need to find ways to actually gain life with this deck. And this has been the biggest issue with this deck that I've seen so far. All right, we do have removal for that. We need to start actually hitting their face. They have found so many of these Drakes. There's a quasi-duplicate. Okay, we have double Ingress Rampage next turn. Alright, so... sacrifice a creature. I'm hoping... they don't have anything else here, so sacrifice another creature. Swing in for 7. We have Icon of Ancestry and Bag of Holding if we want to here. So let's just pass the turn, hold up Moment of Craving. This is when we can hold up stuff, is when we have other things to play. If it's not the thing we're already trying to do. Alright, so there's another Enigma Drake. Can't kill it with Craving. Electromancer we can kill though, and the life gain might be worthwhile. Or we just need to make sure we hit more demons. I think that we just try to hit more demons here. Oh, we put those to the bottom. Put those to the bottom. Oh, that's not good. All right. Memorial to Folly. Uh-oh. Can we afford a contract here? I think we kind of have to at this point. We do get to draw 4 cards. Man, that was rough. All right, so we did find another Rakdos. All right, let's hold up Moment of Craving. Do we let them untap with Electromancer is the question. Let's not. Let's go ahead and take care of the Electromancer. We cannot swing in. Too easy for them to still come back here. So no attacks, pass the turn. Hopefully try to stonewall this a little bit. No, it shocked our face. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. I was thinking they had removal of some sort. I'm not sure how much mana did they have up. They could have had a bounce spell as well. We do need to get creatures down. There's a Banefire. Oh man, what a lame way to go. Well, we did go really long there. We found so much removal for the deck, for their deck, and they just kept drawing all of their creatures. Had lots of card draw to find them, but I typically see that deck running a lot. I don't see them hitting that many creatures whenever I played. At least it's really hard to find that many creatures. If typically if you have the first like 4 removed, you kind of don't find them again. But I mean, sometimes it's like that. Quasi-duplicate really helped them there. Anyway, so that was the deck with Demon's Contract. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think this is a super fun deck. I think that demons are really fun to try. So if you guys want to try this out, I know there's a lot of rares and mythics in this one for sure. We are going to be doing a lot more budget style things that have a lot less rares, maybe built around like 1 rare card. And the rest being cheaper spells. Anyway, so let's go ahead and end this video here. Thanks so much for jumping on. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.